Hello, Bethlehem Township. I'm Bob Kenny, and I'm running for Township Committee. I think it's important that you know the qualifications of the people who are seeking to serve you on your Township Committee. And I want to talk to you a little bit about my qualifications today, just for a few moments. So what are qualifications? Qualifications generally are defined as based upon the person's knowledge, skill, experience, training, and or education. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about mine. Many of you know that I am an attorney, and I've been an attorney since 1981. But long before I was an attorney, I went to college. I went to Rutgers. I was the youngest of 5 children, and I am the only person in my family, and the first person in my family, to go to college. In order to go to college, I had to work. I worked many jobs, many at the same time, the whole time that I was in college, in order to put myself through college and to pay for it. While I was in college, one of the better things I did was I joined the Air Force ROTC program. So I did pretty good in college, and I did pretty good in the ROTC program. I did well enough in college that my grades were high enough and my test scores high enough that I was accepted into law school. In the ROTC program, I also was graduated as a distinguished graduate of the ROTC program. Having been accepted into law school, but I was also commissioned a second lieutenant on the 25th of May, 1978. So I had applied to the law school if I could join the JAG Corps, go into the reserves while I went to law school, and I was accepted. I went to law school, and I continued to work because I put myself through law school. In addition to working and going to law school, I got married to Kathy, and we've been married for it'll be 43 years pretty soon. But that's what I had to do in order to accomplish and actually achieve my goals at that time, which was to graduate from law school. I did well in law school. I graduated cum laude. I took the New Jersey bar exam and passed the first time. And I was admitted to the bar of the state of New Jersey and the United States District Court. Subsequent to that, I've been admitted to the Third Circuit, and I've been admitted to the United States Supreme Court. What I did when I first went to work as a lawyer, I went on active duty. I was sent to my first active duty base, and I did pretty well there. I did good enough that I was selected by the Air Force to serve as one of the youngest circuit trial counsels. What that means is I wrote a circuit, all of the Air Force bases in California, Nevada, Washington, Alaska, and Hawaii, and I prosecuted their what's called general courts-martial. General courts-martial are what you would call felony cases, and I did pretty good in that job. There came a point in time when I decided I was going to return to New Jersey and I was going to go into private practice. I was going to stay, and I did stay in the United States Air Force Reserve. I returned to New Jersey and I began to work for one of the firms that I worked for while I was in law school. That firm at the time, we had about 10 lawyers. We now have 68 lawyers. And I'm proud to say that I am the senior partner of that law firm at this time, after about 37 years of service to that firm. I sit on the executive committee of that firm. We now have, as I said, 68 attorneys. We have about 150 employees. And on the executive committee, we not only are responsible for the professional oversight of all of the departments within our law firm, but making sure that the firm as a business runs. We pay the bills, we make sure that our people get paid, and so that they can pay their mortgages and pay their bills. And we've been pretty good and successful at doing that. And that, in large part, has to do with the training and the experience that I have had and brought to the firm. In addition, one of the things I think it's important that you know is in my career in the Air Force, when I was in the reserves, I did well again. I did good enough that I was eventually promoted to a 2-star general. It's called Major General. And I was appointed to be the head lawyer for the Air Force Reserve Judge Advocate General Corps. With that, I sat next to and worked for the Judge Advocate General. But even a bigger honor that I obtained in 2014, due to some unique circumstances, the Secretary of the Air Force appointed me to perform the duties of the Judge Advocate General. That meant that I went back on active duty for a period of time, and I served as the head lawyer for the United States Air Force, the head uniformed lawyer. My responsibility to provide all legal advice and everything else that was necessary for the Chief of Staff of the Air Force at the Pentagon, and all of the staff in the departments, and all of the various parts of the United States Air Force, wherever they're located worldwide. It was a great job. We did everything from contracts, international law, environmental protection matters, military justice, and we had a budget of $153 billion. It was actually more than $153 billion back in 2014. And I had the experience, the training, and the education necessary to deal with the government and how the government works at that level, at the highest level, dealing with the president, dealing with the Congress, dealing with the Pentagon, everything that was necessary to do that. In my civilian job, as I said, I was appointed to be the township attorney in 2003, and I served for 17 years as the township attorney. So specifically, within my knowledge, my skill, my experience, my training, and my education, for 17 years, I knew how Bethlehem Township worked, the ins and outs of everything that goes on in Bethlehem Township. And I also know how Bethlehem Township is not supposed to work, how it works best, and at times when it doesn't work. And what I am saying to you is my skills, my qualifications, will offer you the chance to see that I will serve Bethlehem Township. I live by a credo involving three things. Integrity first. When I say something, I mean it, and it's true. Even if I don't like it, even if it's a law that I don't agree with, I will do my best to change the law, but we will obey the law, and we will treat our citizens of Bethlehem Township, whoever they are, fairly, because that means that we are acting with integrity, and that's the most important thing to me. The second thing that's a part of my credo is service before self. My entire career in the Air Force and serving as an attorney, and especially as the municipal attorney for Bethlehem Township, was to put your needs before my needs. I come second, you come first, and that will always be the case if I am and when I am your township committee person. And the third part of that credo is to provide you with all of the excellence that I can. The training, the knowledge, the skill, the experience, and the education I've had puts me in a great position to provide that excellence and to do the right thing for the right reasons to obtain the best results we possibly can, not for me, but for you, for Bethlehem Township, for you, for your children, and for us, so that we can continue to live in the best place on earth. I ask for your support and I ask for your vote on November 8th so that I can continue to serve Bethlehem Township as I have served my entire career. Thank you very much for listening.